Okay, let's see, guys. We got a 1v1 on Arabia. Straight up Huns war here. Looks like we will see the blue player on the left side of the map. Out in the west, Mateus coming in to this game at... We'll wait for the scores to load. About 2,100. 21-15, Slam at 23-14, about a 200-point difference. Slam is really one of the top players in 1v1 on AOC, of course. Mateus here he's doing a good job. He's working his way up. I'm glad to see him playing somebody like Slam. Let's see. This is game 2 of the set. I guess I won't ruin the outcome of game number 1, but we'll see the blue player on the left of the map with back berries, back wood, back gold, way back gold. I like this a lot. He's probably going to be able to protect that gold very nicely in the late game. So a decent map for him, good wood lines, good gold piles, should be in decent shape. Huns War on Arabia. Okay, Slam on the other side of the map, coming in at 23-15. Slam will have back berries. He does not have a wood line in sight. Where is the wood, bro? Slam's wood is on the front. Not the worst location, not that far from his TC. But that's his only wood line that's anywhere close to the TC. Going to be a tricky game for him. Slam's got gold to the side. Will be on a hill. And if he loses this hill, it's going to be a lot of problems for him. But front gold, more front stone as well for Slam. So all in all, a pretty mediocre map. A pretty subpar map in my humble opinion. Let's see. We're doing this one live on Twitch. We'll probably drop it on the YouTube as well. Looks like we will see a little bit of 1v1 action on Arabia. Huns War here. 4 vills going to wood early for Slam, so keep that in mind. Maybe Mr. Slam thinking about some early aggression. Wow, blue players got 4 on wood as well. Possibly both players could drush here. We'll see. We will see. For now, it looks like both guys roaming around. Boar being lured in for the moment. 12 vills exactly. Mateus here is absolutely in sync with Slam's vill count. So although Slam's really fast, he's not even going to have even a 1-second advantage on villager builds. So you got to love that, man. You got to love a game where it's that close. Let's see. Red player has not found his sheep or his boar on that top side. Slam pushing some deer rather early, but he's eventually going to find those sheep and that boar, and he'll be absolutely fine to keep working his way through this game. Couple of early deer, going to give Slam a food boost. Blue player is pushing some deer as well. Both of these guys getting a little bit of early food in the bank. I like Slam's map a lot. It's very defensible. It's not going to be the prettiest wall up, but I would wall the top of this hill. I'd wall toward the TC. I'd wall here, and I'd be done. That would be it for like the entire early game. But hey, that's me. We'll see what Mateus does here. Okay, Slam in red on the other side, still working on building up his back berries, happily taking the boar for the moment. 17 vills. We have not seen anybody take any gold. We will see them work their way through the early part. Slam will now start roaming forward, see what his opponent is up to. Looks like the second boar is being lured in as we speak. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on this one as we move along. Mateus grabbing Loom on 19. I'm not sure why, but a little bit earlier than maybe I would have expected. Yeah, looks like he'll go up on 19 vills. Okay, cool, man. A little bit of early deer pushing allows the blue player to go up a little early. Slam will go up a little behind him. 1 more vill for Slam, but earlier is better. Get your scouts out early in this game. Mateus, as we said, has a map that's pretty defensible. A couple of scouts here in the early feudal age might really help him shore up those defenses if he wants to. Why am I speculating so much? We'll see. We'll see what he decides to do. For now, the blue player is not on gold. He's just happily taking all the food that he can find, and he is certainly going to be able to pump out some scouts here. Stable coming down right off the bat. Slam is there to scout it, which is obviously a great thing. Knowledge is power. Slam will hit the feudal age. He'll drop a stable as well. Just 2 vills building his stable. Slam's going to have to pump out a few spears here, right? Question mark? No, for now it's going to be a scout coming out. No spear in defense. Okay, a little surprised by that. But hey, Slam knows better than I do. A couple of scouts out early. He will push back those early blue scouts. Slam's going to use a couple of palisades to spy on that corner in case his opponent comes forward to drop a tower. But it's just going to be scouts. Blue player is just going to have a couple of scouts out here early, and he'll try to raid. Spearman is out on the field. Another spearman on the way for Mr. Slam, and he's going to be fine. This spear is going to be enough to protect this wood line. 4 scouts in play now, but the red player's got 2 spears, and it's just no bueno here for Mateus. Mateus's raiding early on is just not enough. Slam will keep adding in spears one by one. Looks like he will not get a scout in that case. 4 was too many to take on. Looks like he's going to need another spear. Okay, the spear's getting chopped down pretty quickly, gotta say. A little bit faster than maybe I expected, but we'll see more and more spearmen coming out from Mr. Slam. And we'll slow this game down a little bit. Scouts just roaming in and picking and poking. Slam on the other side is doing a little bit of annoyance, but this is such a defensible map from the blue player. One spear can really lord over this whole area. Looks like that one spear will do the job for now. 6 scouts in now from the blue player. Mateus is pretty damn committed to this. He'll lose 1 to some villagers there for now, still roaming in to try to poke around, but 2 spears now. Probably needs to go and see if he can find these berries in the back. Slam is doing a decent job in defense. Villager count is dead even. Both players mostly deterring their opponent, but we've seen Mateus build a lot of scouts early on. Slam right now, he's got quite a few scouts of his own. He's mostly congregating in the middle of the map, waiting for his time to strike. Mateus is just hanging out by this wood line, waiting to hit it over and over and over. The problem is there's a couple of spears there. He's got to go and see if he can find the gold or find the berries, I suppose. Let's see. Blue player, for now, does not know about those berries on the back. He doesn't know that his opponent is taking gold just yet. But I think he will soon. 5 scouts roaming that direction, one of them on very low HP. Slam is going to lose a vill here for show, but 1 vill down is absolutely a good start. Blue player, for now, is defending himself pretty nicely with a couple spears in the back of his own eco, and for now he will be 2 villagers ahead of Slam. So nice early scout rating from the blue player. Slam starting to make the transition into archery ranges. Let's see, how many on gold while upping, says Hightower. For the moment, we've got 4 on gold for the red player. We've got 4 on gold for blue. Both players are not that close, though, to clicking up here. Let's see, roaming around the map, we see a couple of spears chasing around Mateus. Slam's going to come home with his entire army of scouts and clean this up. I just feel it out. I usually add 4 and then add up to 7 for 2 ranges. All right. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So double range archers starting to come out for Slam, taking his foot off the proverbial accelerator on scout production. Blue player does not have ranges up. Mateus here is he's a little bit outsized by Slam, and he's going to go double stables and keep cranking out scouts. Sometimes you would do something a little different than the meta when your opponent is maybe a little bit of a challenge for you to get a win, and we're going to see 2 stable scouts. We are going to see bloodlines already in. Sorry I didn't see that when it happened, but bloodlines in for the blue player. Slam coming in, he's going to have to identify that these scouts are bloodlined. Can't take this fight at all. Looks like for now those blue scouts will roam forward. We will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I do believe. 10 scouts coming in. Bloodline scouts are really, really beefy. Scale barding armor and bloodlines coming for Slam. We will see no defensive upgrades for the blue scouts. So Slam will have a little bit better scouts. The blue player, Mateus, will have more scouts. And for now, he's going to head straight toward that wood line. Looks like he's going to go straight in toward that wood line. 3 spears from Slam, a couple of archers, and a couple of scouts. I like his unit composition here. I don't think the blue player can really raid that one spot. He's got to keep roaming around. Man, if he could get to this gold, it'd be fantastic. But I just don't know if that's going to happen. Slam adding in a 3rd archery range as we speak, chasing the blue army back home. Mateus investing a ton of food into scouts, but he'll still be able to click up relatively soon. He and Slam are going to click up at essentially the same time, which is really impressive. All of those scouts from the blue player are not going to slow him down from clicking up. So really nice eco from blue. You know, obviously quite a few more farms than his opponent. Didn't need to take as much gold because he didn't spend as much as Slam did. Slam building quite a few archers here. We will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 9 Vils going over to gold there for Slam. Looks like it's going to be 10 for the blue player. Castle Age on the way. Scale Barding on the way for the blue player. And it looks like we will continue to see cavalry from blue. I think we're going to see double stable knights. He's got 2 stables up. No ranges at the moment. Slam is probably going to embrace the meta a little bit more. 3 ranges up. Obviously, the meta here... I shouldn't say obviously, maybe it's not obvious to a lot of people, but, you know, often in Huns Wars we see these archers become crossbow, and after those crossbows get cleaned up, you start building you build a bunch of cav archers, of course. Just 8 archers on the field, though, for Slam that I can see. He's going to have a few more, so I think he'll still go crossbow, and then start adding in some nice bloodlined cav archers. That being said, we are still in the feudal age for a couple more seconds. And we'll see if a fight goes down on this side. Slam trying to break in through that palisade on the top. Looks like the blue player will roam forward with those beefy bloodline +1 defense scouts. Matt will go light cav here. Light cav and chain barding coming for the blue player. So he's going to continue to invest in these scouts. Why not? When you have this many, seems like an absolutely great idea. Light cav on the way, a couple knights on the way. And we'll see the blue player hold his side for now. He's eventually going to push out and pretty much decimate this army. If he can catch them and hold them in one spot, he's going to kill a lot of units for free. Certainly going to kill these crossbows for pretty cheap if he can find them. Okay, so Matt for now roaming across the map with light cav, has a couple of knights out on the field. Slam a little bit outmatched for the moment. Slam probably is going to get cleaned up on this side pretty easily. We'll wait for this fight to go down. I'm presuming back at home the red player is building up cav archers, but we'll see. We'll see. Slam going pikemen rather early to counter all these cavalry. I like it. We will see how Slam does here. He's identified his opponent is going light cav. He obviously knows Bloodlines was in early. He sees the +2 defense. He's going to lose his crossbows on the front, but keep his opponent busy for quite some time. Back at home, Slam has 3 ranges pumping out cav archers. Looks like 1 barracks building pikes. So he's not really like all in on pikes. He's just going to have enough here to defend himself. Interestingly, back at home, blue player, I guess he just purposefully is decreasing the number of farms. TC coming up on the backside for him. Husbandry on the way, and I'm presuming it's double stable knights from here on out for the blue player. For the moment. Not from here on out. That's an overstatement. Anyway, Pike's continuing to try to defend this side. Pretty nice job, though. Blue player comes in, gets those Pike's attention, pulls them away from the wood line, runs in and does some raiding. Cav archers and Pikes here, though, will win the day, but, you know, Slam's going to lose several villagers. He's on 39 now. He's going to get ballistics, he being Slam, but Mateus here is going to have an opportunity on 2 TCs to maybe get a pretty good villager advantage going. Slam, for the moment, is cleaning up some of the cavalry of Matt. Matt's still roaming around on the top side, hiding in the fog of war for now. Slam will eventually push away these knights, but yeah, he's going to keep adding in pikes. He's going to have to keep playing a little defense here. 1 TC and a university early for Slam.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, on the backside here, blue player Matt did not ever wall this top side. I really thought he would. He's going to build a mill on that side and keep building out farms. This eco in the back, though, could be really, really safe, and this gold is rather safe as well. 2 TCs for blue, 60 vills, 20 villager advantage. The only difficulty here is that Slam is starting to get a pretty good military advantage. 9 units ahead of his opponent. Bloodlines with +2/+1 cav archers. Blue player has quite a few knights. Those are decent knights that he's got. But some of his army is light cav, and that kind of means he has a little bit weaker of an army. If these guys stand toe-to-toe, the blue player wins that fight, but I think Slam is going to kite away, he's going to do damage, and he's going to raid. This group of units is going to keep the first group busy, and he's going to try to raid somewhere pretty soon, I would expect. Anyway, stop expecting and just start watching the game. Hello, Tom. I think it's just Tom. Welcome, welcome. Tom7496, you are popular in the channel already. Husbandry is done for blue. Big upgrade. Yeah, that's a good point. These Blue Knights can certainly chase down Slam now if they desire. Gold Shaft mining on the way for Slam. Slam's going to add in more Cav Archers. Still pumping Cav Archers out of 3 ranges. Those are +2, +1 still for the moment. Slam spending it as fast as he can get it. 1 TC, 45 Vils, going over to Stone to get a little more Stone to build TCs. What did Slam spend his Stone on? Looks like he spent it on a tower and a TC. Okay, so second TC coming for the red player. Let's slow this down for a second. Blue Army roaming into the back of this eco just at the right moment when Slam is roaming forward. So these guys are going to play a game of chicken here. Let's see who turns around first. Nice for Matt. He's got a couple of units here ready and waiting for this. Slam doesn't really have anything. He's got 2 pikes, and that's really it in the vicinity of the back of that area. A couple of knights on the front to keep Slam's pikes honest. But Mateus's raiding is mostly coming on the backside, and it's doing a really good job. More stables being added in for Blue. He's going to continue to build out knights, and eventually, maybe he can chase these Cav Archers out of dodge. The problem is they're roaming straight toward this gold pile, which is totally undefended. Blue player is in a lot of trouble here. He's going to take a ton of damage. We're going to see several villagers go down on that back wood line. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vills down on that wood line. Eventually, the knights come in and chase that away. On the front, the knights are still raiding from the blue player, but there's enough defense here from Slam that I don't know if they're getting quite as many kills. Matt, though, has had 2 TCs for a long time and is way out ahead on villager count. So Mateus with some good raiding. He might have got raided a little harder than he raided his opponent, but he's got many more vills. He's had 2 TCs, 3 TCs now pumping out for quite some time. So the blue player here is really in the driver's seat, man. He's got a 33 villager advantage. His military is smaller, but it's a very high-quality military of +1, +2 bloodline knights. They can hold the line, maybe, against the Cav Archers coming forward. We'll have to wait and see. Slam, for his own side of the map, has 2 TCs up. He's starting to build up a better eco. But he's certainly going to need to do some damage if he's going to catch up on the villager count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stables now for the blue player. Can he keep those 5 stables busy? I would be very surprised if he can with 3 TCs going. Looks like he's got 1 going as we speak. But nonetheless, Matt is going to continue to build out farms. And maybe build some light cav here and there. Well, no, he doesn't even have the food to really do that. So 5 stables, very interesting. Most of them are building knights. Blue player roaming around, keeping Slam busy in the center. Slam will push this army away for now. But hey, every second that Matt doesn't get raided, his villager count starts to look like it's going to take over this game. 3 TCs for both guys, but man, it's like a 30-35 villager advantage for the blue player, Matt. Matt is going to eventually outboom his opponent, adding in a sixth stable now. Iron casting coming as well, handcart on the way. Blue player can take this game over. He just needs to make sure he can kill this army from Slam, or at least hold them at bay. How can I sleep when Killer Bee is streaming? Killer always likes live games. Yeah, I do. I like live games. It might not be 3 AM where you are. When you have 0 access, when there's a single area you want to hold. At the moment, we've got Slam balling up those Cav Archers. He's going to do a decent job to pick away at Mateus, but for the most part, Matt's buying himself a lot of time. He's going to be on 100 vills very soon. He's going to switch into full-on night production. He's going to say, I've got enough vills here relatively soon, and he's going to start building actually a ton of light cav. Blue player has a bit of gold in the bank, but he's decided to go with light cav for now. Maybe going to save a little bit of gold for the later game. Light cav with the defense upgrades here can probably hold these Cav Archers. He's going to need more than that. But eventually, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stables now for the blue player. Slam on his side of the map is starting to boom himself up. He's still 37 villagers behind. But his number is starting to rise. His villager count is definitely respectable. And he's building units that are pretty cost-effective. You know, Cav Archers for Huns, obviously not an expensive unit. Slam's got a big enough group here that he can 1-shot a light cav and 2-shot a knight if he focuses the fire. So this is just not really enough yet from Matt. However, he's dwindling the numbers down here. And he will eventually kill this army from Slam. Going to regroup a little bit back at home. Slam sending forward more Cav Archers, has taken over the score lead, has 30 military, blue player on just 9. That blue player is on 9 military. He's taking gold out here on the front. He's got to be careful. Yeah, he's going to lose those vills here relatively soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stables. Light cav, maybe it's 8 stables. Light cav and a couple of knights coming out. But maybe more stables than the blue player can produce from right now. 12 units on the field. He will eventually push Slam back here. But he's going to have not too much in the bank right now. Slam on the other side has a ton in the bank. Tons of food, tons of gold. Can click to imp here relatively soon. And, you know, all of a sudden it's starting to look like Slam is the one keeping Matt busy. Although he's 50 villagers behind. It does look pretty decent for him. Looks like 45 vills, but my math is terrible. Slam will click to imp. He'll add in more archery ranges. He'll hold his own side of the map on this hill for now. Massive villager disadvantage for the red player, but he is going to be imp relatively soon. Maybe Matt can do some raiding now. His military count is starting to get up near what Slam is at. He's not going to click himself very soon. You can see Mateus's resources are not that close to clicking up. If he could do some damage now, it would be so great. If he would mass his army once for a bit, yeah, I know. The blue player here kind of running in with small armies over and over and over. Unfortunately, not getting a ton of bang for his buck. Heavy plow on the way, leather archer armor on the way for Slam, Imperial Age on the way for Slam. Slam's going to be in good shape. It seems like a interesting time for heavy plow. It seems like a little late to me, and there's a lot of farms down here. But hey, it is what it is. Stone starting to come in from the blue player. We will see 0 stone in the bank for the moment. Slam has a couple hundred. Maybe we'll start seeing some castles to take over some territory. Slam will add in another TC on that top gold pile. Maybe some light cav raiding. This is a rather raidable area of the map. Slam has been keeping his opponent busy by being offensive, but the blue player now is starting to push Slam back into his own corner. These light cav can run in and do a little damage. They just need to avoid the couple of pikes that are left behind. One pike here is not going to stop 5 light cav, and they're going to be able to run roughshod all over this stone pile. Okay, so Slam's keeping the blue army at bay here, but Imperial Age is really close. Imperial Age will be in just a second. We'll see those cav archers become heavy cav archers, one would think, relatively soon. Slam on his side of the map. Going heavy cav archer right away, and he's going to be in a fantastic position. He's going to have about 40 heavy cav archer. His opponent hasn't even clicked to the Imperial Age, so we will certainly see some damage coming in. 8 damage, 2 defense versus arrows and versus melee for now, but chemistry on the way, heavy cav archer on the way, more upgrades certainly on the way. We're going to see bracer as well. So these units are going to become significantly stronger. There's the heavy cav upgrade. And we will see chemistry and bracer in just a second. It's a whole different game with just a couple of upgrades. When you have 40 units and they all get, 20% better, man, you get a lot stronger. And we're going to see these knights try to run in, but there's just not really enough here. As long as Slam keeps his army back at home to defend against these knights, he should be fine to clean this up. The blue player's going for broke and going to do some raiding, and I like it. I think it's the only move right now. Is just try to run in here and kill some vills and maybe see if Slam does something really dumb. Slam's going to send enough heavy cav archer back home. He's going to garrison his TC, and I think he's going to be okay. However, on the front, Slam is doing some raiding, getting here just in time to find his opponent has built a castle. I think Matt is just garrisoning that castle. Yeah, it'd be really weird to see Imperial Age on the way, Parthian tactics on the way. Slam roams in, he kills a few vills, denies a building that might have been a castle, hard to say, probably a TC. Looks like back at home, Slam has cleaned up the blue player's knights, and it's starting to look like a really good game for Slam. 49 military, just 90 vills at this point, but he's absolutely in control of the map. Imperial Age in so much earlier, Parthian tactics on the way. Those heavy cav archers are really a force to be reckoned with, and they're going to run into this eco and start blasting vills, start blasting fools. Let's see, castle coming up on top of the hill for the blue player. Good job to hold his own side. I like that castle location. It's pretty decent. He's going to get raided now. Now is the time for all good men to come to the defense of their country. We'll see these red cav archers roaming in. They're going to idle a lot of eco. They're not going to kill that many vills, but they're going to cling to this hill. And for now, Mateus's eco is not really what he wants it to be. Most of these stables, man, almost all of those stables are idle. Probably 10 stables out right now for the blue player. Ballistics on the way. Oh boy, that's interesting. Maybe ballistics on the way just so his castles hit their target. Ballistics on the way, but no archery ranges, so that's probably the idea. Keep those castles arrow fire from missing all these units as they run through this eco. Slam will do a little damage. Cap Ram coming for Slam. Guilds coming for Slam. Plate Barding Armor coming for the blue player, who just now hit Imperial. So Imp is in. We could see these Light Cav upgraded relatively soon, and maybe they can run in and deter Slam. You know, Light Cav are cheap. They're trash units, of course. Soon to be Hussar, but being cheap is not the only important thing. In this case, Slam's going to do a lot of damage and keep his opponent very, very busy defending himself back at home. In the meantime, Rams and more heavy cav archer being built up on the front. More barracks so that pikes can come out. I think it's just pikes for now for Mr. Slam, but we'll see. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, just pikemen for now. So Slam is starting to take over some map here. He's going to lose some units. He's going to get pushed away by Hussar eventually. But Slam, once again, having a little more resource and maybe a little more control of the late game is going to have probably a much better unit composition. Siege Rams, pikes in defense, several barracks up, castle coming down in defense. You know what? Let's not call it too early. Looks like for now the red player are doing some really beautiful quick gating. Holy sweet Jesus, that's beautiful. Look at the gating. Look at the gating. Oh my lord, look at the gating. What is going on here? I've never been so excited about gates in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates, but they were all perfectly timed. That blue army ran the longest possible way around. Granted, the Hussar get in, and they're going to kill some Vils here. But God, that was some sexy gate walling. You got to love that. Hussar raiding has begun. No more laughing, no more fun. If you show your teeth or tongue, you'll pay a forfeit. Slam is going to bring back his army to try to clear this up. He's also going to continue to push on this hill. He's got some Rams here working forward. But the Hussar raiding is really, it's on point, man. It's here at the right time. Despite some phenomenal quick gating, there are quite a few Hussar in this eco. Unfortunately, Pike's pushing them around. Heavy Cav Archer mostly helping win the day. Unfortunately, these couple of Hussar could have got several kills on the back, but they are idle. I like the rating. Slam is down to 120 Vils. He's got 25 idols. But I don't know. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's worth the amount of resource the blue player had to put in. I like this, though. Another castle on the hill for Mateus, and this one is going pretty good. Play of the month. Play of the month, everybody's saying. I hope they're talking about that sexy quick gating. God damn, that was nice. You know, blue player here is certainly still in this game. 145 Vils. He's building forward a ton of Hussar. Masonry on the way. Castles on this hill might be up for a little while, and he's got a chance to do some more raiding. Slam is still not closed in any of his map. Although Slam has gone to Halb, he's really not ready for these Hussar to be spread throughout his eco. Slam on 113 Vils is going to really get knocked down another peg. Blue player making a mass exodus toward one of the last gold piles left on the map. For now, we will see Slam trying to ram down this front area. He actually looks like he has the numbers here. The blue player has got to keep this hill alive for a bit longer. He's doing some nice raiding. He's got to try to find a way to kill these siege rams, but Slam's sending forward halbs. And these Hussar are just not going to kill the rams fast enough. There's so many heavy cav archers lobbing in arrows. Wow, I was totally wrong. Remember when I said that they weren't going to get that done? They absolutely got that done. Okay, well, good job from Matt there. He probably used some castle arrow fire to focus down those halbs. And he's going to continue to hold that hill. I don't know why I was so out over my skis there, but look at the freaking blue Hussar still roaming through this back area. Slam with the quick, beautiful quick gating, but is it good enough? Is it beautiful enough? Still Hussar in his eco. Elite skirm coming from Matt. He's going to start to try to take on these heavy cav archer head on. He'll send his Hussars forward once again to do more raiding. Slam's still clinging to this hill. Slam's focus for the last couple minutes has been winning this hill and taking down these castles. But the blue player is pretty raidable in other areas. Slam is really trying to sledgehammer his way through the front of that defense, but the blue player is doing a lot better job maybe at raiding every which direction that he can. I still like Slam's unit composition. I still think he's in a decent position. He's got the score lead. He's got 106 Vils. That's not nothing. He's got 80 military. But man, the blue player Mateus here making an absolute game of it here. making an absolute game of it here. Looks like more and more Hussars running through and raiding the eco. Slam losing vills left and right, 94 total vills. You got to love that. Little bit of Hussar raiding. Nothing sexier on the first day of 2017 than a little bit of Hussar raiding. Some quick gating and some Hussar raiding. Let's see. For now, we've got Heavy Cav Archer starting to once again make a push on this hill. Siege Ram coming in. A couple of elite skirms, but maybe not quite enough. Mateus will certainly get in some good damage. Looks like Slam will actually run back from this. Okay, fair enough. It is enough then. Slam kiting back, still sending in the Siege Rams. Looks like for now, the Rams are alive. There's enough Hussar here to maybe make a run for this. They got to deal with these Rams relatively soon. No vills around to repair the castle. Looks like those Rams will go down and the castle will stay up. So Slam has been pushing over and over and over at that one hill, and the blue player Mateus here doing a pretty fantastic job at keeping it alive. Mateus has an idea to build some stone walls in front of that castle at some point, but I think the villager who was tasked to do said job is no longer with us. Okay, blue player taking stone here out in no man's land. Slam's found him. He's doing a little raiding. Blue Hussar running into this eco once again, doing some really good damage. But Slam now is really ready for this in certain areas. There are a lot of units here. That's not a good area to raid. On the top, though, Slam has some vills that are kind of out in the open. Tons of clandestine villagers on this back mill and this back wood line. So still a lot of area that can be raided by Hussars. But let's see how this goes. Blue player for now is roaming around, poking and prodding. He's won the hill for now. Slam has abandoned ship on that hill. And mostly, Slam is going back home. He's getting some stone of his own. He's going to start thinking about castles and playing defense for a little while. But this is a tough game for Slam to pull back. 106 fills, 127 for his opponent. Another nice quick gate. Jesus Louises, how about the gating in this game? Slam's going to quick gate another side over on this side as well. I don't know if he's got... Yeah, he's going to finish this. My lord. He's going to finish that and trap a couple Hussar there in the back. Oh no, he's not going to finish it. Slam didn't have enough space for a gate there. So he had to do 3 pieces of wall. He'll lose a vill or 2. No big whoop. But you can see Hussar raiding happening all over the map. Great game from Mateus thus far. Doing a really great job. He was certainly behind at one point in the Castle Age. And now it's starting to feel like he's in a really good position. 27 vills ahead, making Slam idle 29 vills. So that's basically a 50 villager advantage in gathering right now. He's using a very inexpensive unit. He's got a ton of food, and he's just raiding the crap out of Slam. Slam just unable to stop his opponent, and now we are seeing Cavalier that came out of, well, pretty much nowhere. And Paladin was on the way, but I think the blue player canceling the Paladin upgrade. I think he might have canceled it. I saw him upgrading to Paladin, but I don't see them. I see Cavalier. Anyway, this attack is not Cavalier. Hardy har. This is a pretty good job on the front to keep his opponent busy with a couple of units while he continues to raid in the back. It's business in the front, party in the back for Mateus here. Playing the old mullet game. Castles on the hill still doing a great job. Has a massive gold mining advantage. Gonna start roaming forward with Cavalier at some point, and those units are going to be even better at raiding Slam's eco. Blue player expanding all over the map, has more and more stables, and it looks like it's going to be more and more Hussar. Popcap is in effect for the blue player. Slam is not that close, 35 units away. Granted, a lot of that difference is eco. Slam right now does have a pretty good sized army, but it's mostly halbs and it's mostly defending this front area. The blue player, though, is not going to focus on that front area. He's going to run around to the one army to the left flank, one army to the right flank, doing some great raiding here. This is a really great game from Mateus. Absolutely no slouch at 2100. Right now he is he's kind of blowing the doors off of Slam. Paladin does come in. Slam's still got the advantage in the score, and militaries are really close in size. Slam going to start roaming forward with Trebs. He will eventually get that castle down. And this is a tough army to stop. Slam is really focused on map control. His halbs get a little out of position here. He can bring them back, though. Trebs will probably maybe not go down. Slam doing a really good job to insulate them. Going to surround them as much as he can with Heavy Cav Archer, but the blue player will not kill one of them. Wow, that's really impressive from Slam, able to keep one of those alive. But Paladin into Slam's eco, they're going to start targeting down TCs and Vills. And how do you clean this up? They're just so arrow resistant. We are definitely going to see Slam lose several more villagers. Going to drop another TC on the top, but that's not even going to be finished by the time the Paladin get there to raid it. So Slam, yeah, he gets a small victory on this hill. He keeps his treble alive. He has one good gold army on the front. But the raiding from the blue player is just so sexy. This is absolutely fantastic raiding. TC comes up. Blue player can focus one of these TCs down if he wants. Many halbs, though, from Slam in chase, so he's got to do a good job to hide those paladins from the halbs. Looks like there's not really enough halbs here, though, to really cause any problems. Paladin will once again kill some Vills. Slam will pop 1 or 2 Vills out at a time, but this TC is going to be idle for quite some time. 90 Vills for Slam, but 40 of them are idle. Building out halbs as fast as he can. His other TC on the top side will go down any moment, and those villagers are going to absolutely get chewed up and spit out. Halbs will take this fight for sure. They're not going to win it, but they'll kill a few of these paladins. Slam will continue to be raided by paladins from Mateus here. For his own part, Slam has killed one castle. He may someday kill the other, but I don't know, man. I don't know how he wins this game. Mateus with 1k food, 400 gold in the bank. Slam with about the same amount of gold, but really no food to speak of. Mostly spending food and wood on halbs, I would think, at this point in the game. Trying to stop the bleeding. Slam was trying to hold on, but he is capital GGing out of this game. Slam with one of the most interesting quick gating plays that I've ever seen. Also embraced the Huns meta. Did a really good job in the early game. He's going to GG out of this game with the score lead. But in the end, it's Mateus just committing to raiding with Light Cav, raiding with Azar, and eventually building Paladin to do even more raiding. He played this one from behind. The blue player, I think he was a little behind in this early game. But he certainly took command and won a really fantastic game. You can't beat that. That's about as good of a Huns War as you're going to see this month. Maybe this year. I don't know. It's the first day of the year. Let's not get out over our skis too much. But hey, this is Killer Beat. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.